Hello there, I'm Jimmy Vegas, and you know what? I don't think Concord was a failure. Not in that simplest term of failure. Yeah, the game failed. But in and of itself, Concord wasn't the failure. Concord was just a long line of games that ultimately failed. Let's face it, after Astrobot, it's clear people don't want these live service shootery, lootery, gotta be hooked in for all these years kind of bollocks. People want nice, simple, plain platforming games, and that is more apparent than ever right now. The Concord formula wasn't really anything new. Let's be honest, it had been done before. Variants of it been done before. It was trying to pander to an audience that it thought it needed, but the audience just is not there anymore. The audience have moved on to the next thing. They move on and on and on. Do we blame Gen Z? Do we blame Gen Alpha? Do we blame millennials? There's no one to blame. The only people to blame is Sony. Sony got the wrong end of the stick with Concord. Could have been good. It could have been better. But why push something like this? The marketing, on the other hand, something to be looked at closely. Wasn't marketed right. Could have been better. Should have been better. And if it was better, maybe it wouldn't have been shut down 2 weeks after it launched. Who knows? You don't see Astrobot going to be shut down in 2 weeks, do you? You don't see something like The Last of Us going to be shut down. You don't see something like Assassin's Creed. Okay, Assassin's Creed's a different story, but I'm not going to get onto that. But the fact of the matter is that Concord could have and should have been much better than what it was. I mean, we all saw that trailer, the very first trailer, and we all thought, ooh, it looks nice. Oh, you get what I mean, don't you? I'm sure you do. But really, Sony should have done better. Sony should have handled everything better. Did they really need to shut it down, though, 2 weeks after? Could they not have given it a chance? Give it a chance! Don't just throw it all on the dumpster and set it on fire, and then set the dumpster on fire. Just set the whole damn thing on fire. You didn't need to do that, Sony. You really didn't. You could have tried it. You could have advanced it. You could have changed it. A good example of that is Final Fantasy XIV. Look at how that launched. Look how terrible that was. Square worked on that, and then they got A Realm Reborn. And that was good. That was really good. They worked hard on doing that. Anyway, I'm going off topic. The fact is that Concord wasn't a failure. The failure was its whole premise. Now, there are going to be many more looter, shooter, live service type bollock games in the future. I've no doubt about that, because people are still in the mindset, well, the developers, publishers, whoever, still in the mindset that they sell. We need a live service game. We need this to keep going forever. We need their money forever. Well, in actual fact, just make a single player game. Make a nice little game. I don't know. Look at Astrobot again. Just look at the simplicity of it. Look at, I don't know, Super Mario. Super Mario is a bog standard 3D platformer that sells. It's not a live service game, but god damn it sells. Do you know why? Because it's good. Because people want to play it. Concord wasn't good. People didn't want to play it because it's the same damn formula recycled over and 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 over. You get the point. Don't make games like that anymore. People don't want games like that anymore. Let's take Grand Theft Auto as an example now. Here's a good one. The hype around Grand Theft Auto 6 is insane. It's at god levels. Because it's probably going to be good. Do you know why it's probably going to be good? Fingers crossed, it's not a live service game. If it is a live service game, just come back to this video and let me know in the comments and just tell me what an idiot I am. Anyway, Grand Theft Auto Online will probably feed into Grand Theft Auto 6 at some point anyway, so it'll all kind of loop back. But all in all, Grand Theft Auto Online isn't a bad experience. It's actually a genius idea. Maybe not executed quite as well. But let's look at Concord again. Execution? Piss poor. What? I mean, what are they doing? Just look at the characters. Just look at everything about it. There was a game as well, I think Sega was going to do it, and they canned it, and it looked very similar to what Concord is. So even Sega knew at that point when they were developing this game, I forget the name of what it is. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments. But they abandoned it because they knew it was going to go nowhere. They abandoned it because it was a load of crap. They knew it was a load of crap. They spent over 100 million on Concord. Over 100 million, and allegedly 25,000 copies sold. I mean, some people are saying that it's less than 25,000, but even if it is 25,000, let's give the benefit of the doubt and say 50,000 copies. Even if 50,000 copies were sold, it's never going to recoup the losses, is it? No. You don't need to be a mathematician to work that one out. Sony should have cottoned on a lot sooner that it was going to be a massive failure. But it is what it is. But I still stand by it. Concord isn't a failure. It's part of the failure. The whole style of game. Live service games, they're over.